It's a fine, warm day. There's no attack, no plague, no fire, no volcanic eruptions, nothing. Just good old Roman days. Going about some trade, slaving a bit, and also purchasing great wine. The wine that we have, of course, in the storage as of the last episode. Boy, I really should work on my intros. Sometimes they're a bit weird. Now we have the town center. And in the town center, I do need bunch of more construction materials for big constructions, because boy, in tier 4 we have massive things to complete. For this I need to work a bit on my concrete, especially also since we of course want to pave the roads of Capua to make it a bit cleaner and faster for everyone. This however needs more limestone. Now, where do we get limestone from, you may wonder? Well, of course, some of you may not wonder, because of course Blastium is perfect for this. It has mountain slots, it has no specific deposit that we can use. Of course, we're already using the iron deposit over there, and we're using one for the aqueduct, but I still have a bit of room left for more, and more I would like to use. A limestone quarry produces 2 tons of limestone per minute. It's quite a bit if you're thinking about that. It also just needs plaps, and we have a lot of them. Let's get me the first one going right over here. And I would like to have me a second one. By the way, I don't know why my buildings collapsed. This is also nice. We're gonna have a look at this research there in a second. And there's my next one. Now this one is of course destined for it. There is an aqueduct source over there already, so I most likely will not have another one. There is the road connection. It's an okay distance, so let's just keep it like that. And by the way, the scenery in this game, you know my opinion about this. I don't think we have a more beautiful city built out there right now. Gorgeous. Fantastic scenery. Oh, I did want to get my feet wet. Oh, let's get out of here.
Your people are ailing.
Now, of course, wetting my feet on beaches is not getting me anywhere, so I need to get my next trade route going. We already have another garum trade here. And I would like to switch the ship here now. We should have a new one. There it is, the Tears of Alalia. What a name. And I'm gonna add now the limestone as my next good that we're transporting back and forth between 2 cities. Last but not least, we can of course continue then with my concrete production. Now, we can see that 1 limestone quarry would be fine for 3. So I could have actually now 2 more. And delete one of the other quarries again, otherwise I'm certainly not gonna need 6 of them. I'm still gonna add 3 in total, so let's add those here again, right? Get us the decent amount of concrete in now that we need for all the things. Silica might be the only other thing that I still would like to add, and this one's also got a nice fast production. By the way, this would work out. And as far as I remember, you can have them built like this. Yeah, it's possible. Which is just really cool, I guess. If I have another warehouse somewhere here, right by the beach area. Could actually use this tiny space here too for another sand refinery. And keep this area here still available. And of course, this key here as well. That's something that I would like to use. That's the trade ship that we're no longer using. It's falling prey immediately to... Boah! That's quite the ship here. Okay. This one here, I would like to take down. Let's take all 5 of my ships. I thank my inactive trader. And actually left some loot behind. I wonder what it is. Oh, look at that! The pirate can plunder. That's the first time I'm seeing this too. So that's interesting. And he looted one of my captains. Take it down. Get me my captain back. It's crazy how much damage this one here takes. And it's still almost outmaneuvering the other ones. That was interesting. Please. Oh no, the captain transformed into sails. I think the captain is no longer. That's a real shame. Now what's not a real shame is my farming area over here in Blastium. And I would like to continue using my hard-earned reinforcement. Someone please slap me every time I say this. And let's get the aqueduct over here now. Alright, we're moving it a bit further. Because I would like to keep expanding my farming area into this one. We do have still the woodcutter and the sawmill here. Let's get rid of them. I have another one running there, so this is that. And then we got the spinners here. I'm also gonna get rid of both of them. And since we cannot move anything, I will just have to rebuild them down here, where we can easily squeeze them in. And then, probably gonna have some overlap, but that's okay. There you go. And then we have a new area that we have now watered, irrigated, moisturized. And I would like to, first of all, certainly not delete my roads, because there's something wonky going on. Okay. And second of all, I would like to get me a nice additional hemp plantation going here. And the reason for that is pretty simple, and some of you might already know it if you experienced with the Anno franchise. Of course, starting with plantations. I can actually squeeze one in here. Why not? Road doesn't need to be that long. As a matter of fact, I don't even know why we have a road here. Absolutely not needed. Do they get water already? Yes, they get water already without having any fields. And oh yeah, you can for sure squeeze in quite a few of them, because hemps really don't need a lot of field size. One thing I noticed is that there's not that many farmers anymore on the fields. There used to be more details. Be someone picking something up. I'm not expecting tractors. The total amount for hemp in Capua is sitting around 16 tons. We could even say 18 tons. Now, to get this one going, we don't need that much. We already have 7 tons. And they're not even fully working yet. Let's get me my next one going here. Oh, this is also interesting. You can have a brush tool if we just click on the mouse wheel. And another one here. Serves the trick. Put this one down. And then on the other side here too, like this one. There you go. Nice. That's all around the cistern now. By the way, here, let's keep a bit of a space in between. Let me make a road there now. Connect it down here. Alright, and the interesting thing is that with the plantations, we're reaching the limits of the cistern here really quickly. So there's no more water in the aqueduct source, as all of these farms here consume masses of that. However, there is a tack. In 20 minutes, we are going to have it researched, giving me another 50% water supply out of the aqueduct basin. That should be then enough. For now, we're having a surplus of 14 tons. That's absolutely fine for me. And nope, the production will keep in Capua because these spinners provide a nice bonus of income. And we should have, I'm going to use a smaller trade ship for this. The Peos, there you go. And Clepeos is going to transfer my hemp. Oh boy, we have a lot of hemp. Over. Right? And now comes a really cool thing. First of all, where's Clepeos, please? There it is. Put on board. Now we can get rid of these here, right? And that's the cool thing about it. That's the whole intention. To make room for Capua to grow. We still have more hemp plantations over there that I'm gonna keep. So they're also being boosted. Right? And more hemp though is now coming in from my other city. And with that, we can, yeah, add my city, continue growing my city, though this is not going to be a city district. This is going to be something far greater. And for this, I'm going to get rid of the main roads here just for now. Because, of course, we want to start building now the Amphitheater. This is probably not going to be the best. Wait a second. However, let's get rid of this for just for now.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
Need to find a good location for this one. Have it like this or like this. I think this works a bit better, especially here. We have it like so, towards the river. And look at that range. So this will affect all the buildings up to this point, and that's with unpaved roads, by the way. So the Colosseum will for sure take everything in that we have here so far. Okay, I think this would be a nice location for it. Having this one kind of like here and then more city around that, of course. And what we can do here now is we can have the main road going in, alright? And then all around it, like so. There's a main road here. The main road. Why is the construction area blocked? Then we're going around here. And also, once again, double road, of course, that I would like to have around. And, oops, here, we will need to make sure that we have... Oh, okay, this is interesting. Not gonna work out. And here's the other road from the street coming in. And I think we could make it like so. And then we have another road here going up like. Right here. Probably like so. Or like so. I think this is also okay. With that we have a bit of an area here for decorations. I definitely would like to keep this area available there. And here we're moving then up with a double road. Where we have right now just some basic production buildings. Yeah, there you go. I like how this is coming along for now, of course. And then we have a whole bunch of other buildings that we can place wherever we choose. And let's see how much it costs me. 75,000 denarii. I'm just glad we have that kind of money. But with 1,000 denarii only coming in every minute, I'm a bit hesitant of actually building this right away. So I probably will want to wait a bit longer. For example, a festival like this one here already cost me 8,000 denarii. And all buildings on the island give me an income boost. Actually, that's really neat. That's 500 additional denarii we get out of the festival. For how long? For however long it takes. So let's wait a bit on that. By the way, what is that? Para, iconic emissary? Alright, that's a nice item. I'm not quite sure where we got this one from, but I'm happy that we have her. One thing we certainly do not have is the Libertus workforce with all the farms that we built. So I might want to keep expanding my town in Milestonne, as it is called. One more thing for the trade route that we have going. Let's also get more coal over to Capua, as we have a nice coal production running. Workforce wise, we're struggling because several districts are having the plague right now. And I would probably continue along this path here towards the harbor area. There you go. There's my army. So that we may continue with more city blocks. there is no marketplace in this area. Is that right? Do my eyes deceive me? But it looks like it. Oh, there it is. My eyes deceive me. That's the problem. I'm also happy to report that the research we finished earlier actually affected also the vineyards in Latium. So it is in fact affecting all the plantations in the game, not just for the Albion. Despite being locked behind an Albion inspiration, it actually boosts also my Latium industry. This is really great because with that we have a massive surplus production in grapes, and all of this here was worth it after all. Onwards we go with Albion. Speaking about Albion, we go back to Albion. Yeah. Some of you have been contemplating about my level of exploration, as a lot of Albion is still hidden. Yeah, let's start. I'm gonna use my main fleet here that we have. Those 4. And do they have anything on board? Nah, they're empty. Great. And of course, we're gonna systematically try and find us more suitable islands. And of course, I'm gonna move them together because the pirate could be, yeah, strong in this region. You never know. I'm also so happy to see how they improved the ships from the beta, because this is visually very, very pleasing to the eye. And finding the pirate is usually not the biggest challenge. She's unfortunately below the clouds. She's definitely one of the corners, probably in the northern corner. So I'm happily going to scout this area for now. And while that is happening, let's also start with the drainage. We have it researched, the sluice gate. And I would really like to get this endeavor going. As we're moving this one now, to see how far we can go. Looks good. This is too far. Yes, it will destroy the eel grabber, right? There you go.
The ultimate demonstration of uncompromising Romanness.
Then we move over there. I think this is close to the maximum. Yeah. Cannot drain that much more, but that's already quite worth it. And the eel grabber, we definitely will need to do something about this. As without eel, we are running into trouble. You just need a lot of space. That's it. Okay, there's the connection again. That's just so beautiful. I love this feature. And is it that we need to drain here a bit more? Yes. This area here. Alright, that also means now that we can keep the expansion of the main road going over here now. Right? And this all can become now a new city district.
A city is unhealthy. Ideal conditions for plague.
The ships continue with the exploration. Unfortunately, this one's been taken. Neff is really dominating the game at this point. Where's Sara, by the way? Doesn't seem to be in Albion. And unfortunately also, none of my islands has silver, so that's gonna hurt us a bit. We can already though start with the next construction material, the granite. This is something we have then here, and there's my deposit for this. I think we don't need the smiths though, so let's hope that we can upgrade a bunch more. Fantastic. This gives me now the granite quarry, producing every 45 seconds. Right over here. And the production of the granite does require the tier 3 residences then. So we are gonna need our trading route for this again. And we do have the tin running right now. And now we can add also granite to the mix. The only thing we now need is, of course, the granite cutters. And they are not having a good time with population. So I'm gonna have them a bit further down here. We could take a few of them in. Honestly, it gives me a prestige boost. So that's better than nothing, I guess. Or we have this one in the mountains up there. I think I like this one. And we, in fact, need 2 of them. Now, there she is. Lara, finally. Snagged her the smallest island possible and had the goal to place a massive statue here. Alright. This is basically an island consisting only of the swamp. Next, we haven't really built the Phantom yet. And this is a really nice building because of the learning boost that we're getting out of this. And yeah, I would like to have this one, of course, as central as possible. Somewhere here. And I think this one, I mean, nah, that's actually pretty nasty because we just built them. This looks better in my service area. Yeah, and then we can have a second one over there. So let's get rid of them here. What is that? Hosier. Let's move the Hosier somewhere else. Like right beside it, I guess. We can still get a nice bonus out of it. Thing about bonuses, my health is not looking particularly nice. For these guys up here. Better. Oh, yeah. Oh, and we are out of wood. Would have thought. Defensive pacts? No, sorry. Don't do that. Now, respect and kudos to Sarah for pulling this off. Look at that. That's an actually really small island and she managed to build a massive city on this. Using really every square inch here that is possible, right? So the AI building definitely is much improved in this game. And what they can do with the environments. Once again, it's also Concordia that I'm laying my eyes on because she's got something that I don't. And that is silver. Now, silver is already really rare because it's on basically no island that I'm looking for or looking too closely, right? Silver is super rare in Albion. And yeah, this is one of the few islands that has it. And it's also got 8 mountain slots. So if I wanna go for this, well, Concordia would be a nice target. And I'm probably gonna need to expand my catapult Legion for that a bit more. But also, let's check out silver ore, because honestly, it's really cheap. It's only 10 coin for the ton. So let's just have a look and see if we can import 100 of them. I'm also just gonna say an all goods sell off again for a minimum of, let's say, 200, which should be more than enough for everything. That means that, for example, we have now 200 tin ore to sell, right? And yeah, also dye plants. That is something. And processing wise, ropes we can sell. Actually, they're quite valuable. 19 for selling. And the hoses, the trousers are 16. Also very good. So there should be some trade happening here. There's already a trader coming in. Perhaps he's up for the task. There it is. Got 100 tons of silver in. It's that simple. And it barely cost me anything. Let's just wait for him to pass, because then we can see the price usually that this transaction actually brought me. 258 coin it cost. He's of course bought some things as well. But this is absolutely fine. And with that we can get the silver brooch production up and running now. But for this I will need to have a bigger population of mercatos. So these guys here. Because I think they're also gonna need it, right? Yeah, there it is. For a nice income boost. Silver brooches, right? It's just the silver ore, then the silver forge. Let's just check it out in Capua. What's my demand for the silver stuff? Only 1 ton. That's really easy, right? And the silver forge, 2 of them already supply the whole of Linda's farm and the whole of Capua. And everything else then is a bonus. Let's have them over here on the other side of the marshes. So I'm probably gonna go ahead here with 4. And perhaps even a bit more. we have riots close by? Sounds like riots.
Your people are ailing.
But the farmers are just really loud. Sounds like we have some riots over there. And the fibularium though processes only every 2 minutes. So we're gonna need 2 for Lindisfarne and we're gonna need 2 for Capua. Keep a bit of space here so we have room or access to this beach area up here. Right, so these 2 are already more than enough. And then of course we're gonna add a few more. Just so that I have, but just so that we play it safe. I'm gonna add, of course, my service buildings to this and a well or something along the way because this is a lot of fire risk that we're building up here. And let's start with 2 of them and then 4 of these guys. Now the Grammaticus is another nice building that you get when you upgrade to Mercatus in Albion. And of course I would like to use them because the bonus that you get out of this is just really nice. The 3 learning. There you go. And what's going on here? We got a festival roaming. No festivals being shown though, so this is just the occasional walk through the city when it rains. Bit more city development over here. Just along the marshes then. I like this one especially, the road then along the marshes. And I'm just gonna add a bunch more. Because we really need workforce. So this is really just the last tile before we need to build a quay, right? Plank walk, a boardwalk. So just at the marshes really. Let's build another tier 2 trade ship in Lindisfarne this time to use the workforce here. Because of course we will want to start then also trading. So pretty sure that over there must be the pirates somewhere. There's not even a hint. I'm trying to make my way around here. Let's also check out quickly my trade route with Albion. There it is. This is already a trireme working here, right? So the cheese, the weapons and the tiles. And now we can add the silver too. Honestly, this is fine because the brooches or the brushes, they're really low volume, right? So that's already all that we need. And with that, we're getting a new juicy good in Capua. And we are back in Capua once more because, of course, we have a few things to do. First of all, we got now the concrete that I would like to use to finally finish the city center here with paving. That's another 70 tons, right? This is just so nice. Also on your city parameters, it's incredible. And probably a bunch more here. Yeah, that's okay. Make this look into a proper city. By the way, there's the reservoir, so we should have now more water here again flowing. Yeah, it's barely enough, but it is enough to have now all the hemp farms here boosted, right? But that's it. There's really no more water that we can squeeze out of this one. Let's also finish now a bit of a plaza here. So this is only the beginning, of course, in the center. And then we can add, yeah, some trees. Might even work on a statue. Definitely like to have some fire here. Just as these 2 massive buildings are looking at each other. Probably something 2 of them looking at each other. The great gods. Statue celebrating the arts. And perhaps also some fountains.
Construction of a ship has finished.
There you go. As the center is coming along. The forum, I'm going to look at later. And I want to close this episode, of course, with the beginning of the amphitheater. Despite not having more money than at the beginning of this episode, at least we can do it now. 75,000. And this is now, yeah, the beginning of a whole new era for this one. So I have no idea if this is going to be a good era or not. We'll just see, because the cost is really there. However, my opponents applaud this, so that's probably a good thing. Yeah, timber, concrete and ropes. We have all of this available. We can start the construction. Workforce-wise, it's a bit of a problem, but nothing that we can't solve. All of that in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
Fellow was killed by a bucket full of slop.
There are signs of public unrest.